I think that Sauce Gardner is literally the reincarnation of Deion Sanders. It's just, tell me I'm wrong.
I can't. Okay. He never gave up a touchdown, right? How many weeks into the NFL
Week 1.
Week 1?
When does he give up his first touchdown?
Welcome to the Harvester Sports Podcast. We're your hosts, Noah
and Austin.
And today,
look who it is.
The prodigal son has returned.
Episode 46, he's back. We tricked him. We said Tom Brady was coming on, and he pulled up.
They got me.
We got Ty here in the stew.
The man.
I've returned. I'm back.
The only stipulation was we can't eat hot wings, and we can't ask him any questions.
Yeah. Other than that, we're fine. I need nothing else. We're good. You ready? I'm excited. I'm sorry.
Don't say, are you ready?
I'm excited.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay.
That was the...
What do you guys want to talk about? Why are you doing rock, paper, scissors? Why do you get so... Why are you so stressed out?
So stressed out about scissors. Okay, let's go. All right.
Ty, what are the 5 freedoms protected under the First Amendment?
I was about to hit on something wild, too. Oh, man. Mm-hmm. All right, let's just get right into it. Preseason, it's full on happening, right? The games are... I was going to say flying off the shelves. I don't know why I would say that, but we got a lot of glimpses at the new rookie quarterbacks. Let's just go down a little bit and talk about some teams in general, okay? So let's start. What's up?
Nothing.
Let's just talk about some preseason teams, okay?
Take a deep breath.
Yeah, let's do some early assessments, some way too early assessments on some of these guys. So first, the Steelers, we get to saw Kenny Pickett play in his debut versus Seahawks. He went 13 for 15, 111 yards, 2 touchdowns, had a 132.6 passer rating, and a game-winning drive. Do you think it's too early to say that Kenny Pickett is going to lead the Steelers to the promised land?
Yes, because Money Mitch also did extremely well.
Money Mitch also did really well. I'm glad. Please. He's way too stressed.
He's stressed and he defers it to saying that you're
stressed.
Yeah, no,
wait. Why did you just defer
I turned it on you.
I turned it on you. No, I mean, Kenny played really well, but the spot has been Mitch's, and like that's indications that Mitch is going to start at first. Yeah. And Mitch also played really well, so there's no reason to necessarily think that Kenny Pickett's going to be immediately starting over.
Yeah, and I saw that Kenny Pickett in the pregame, the shirt he wore, it was Joe Montana and Steve Young kind of saying, I know the deal. I know, I'm going to be the guy that has to sit for a little bit. And I'm glad he kind of knows that. But that is, that's probably what's best for him right now is to sit back and just learn. And then when he's ready, they'll throw him in.
And I'm glad that he recognizes that Mitchell Trubisky is about as good as Joe Montana, because most people don't.
Yeah, most people don't realize the MVP.
Wait, is that what they said? Are they saying Mitch will start week 1? Did they already know that?
I don't know if there's been anything officially said.
But that's kind of like the vibe. That's
been the running thing has been. That's kind of the
especially because in the preseason game, KK Pickett played after Mitch, so no deal.
Yeah, is that?
That's what happens. Derek in the years past has gotten one drive, and then it's been the next guy.
How Stidham started today, and then Mullins after him in the Viking.
Yeah, and the Vikings are another team we can talk about in a little bit, but that is wild watching them downstairs play the Raiders right now. It's the Raiders' offensive line right now. I know it's preseason, still looks a little scary. That's probably the most scary thing I think that I saw today. The rest looks really good. Yeah,
but you gotta have a weak point. If everything looked too good, then I'd say this is too perfect. Exactly. If I watch it and was true. Oh, this looks great, then I'm glad because
we have to go in with a little bit of fear. It's not good to go in there yes, it's gonna be beautiful and rainbows. I like it a little bit things might go wrong.
No, he might get sacked 56 times.
Yeah.
Break the record, maybe? That'll be good.
Oh, that'd be that's almost poetic if Derek breaks.
Oh, if Derek's the one to break 76.
Can we simultaneously get 56 sacks recorded on us, but also win the Super Bowl? Is that?
I mean, that's
Joe Burrow
was close. Joe Burrow
yeah.
had how many sacks do you think he had? Like 60?
Oh,
50?
Yeah, he was getting high. In that,
actually, I think it's like 54 or something like that.
And our boy DCA is on record as saying he hopes no one breaks it. So
I don't think anyone ever will.
I think if someone got close,
there would be trials involved.
Yeah, no, I think
yeah,
so.
People would be going to jail if it was happening. and it would be the offensive linemen that are being charged.
Yeah, and they would probably make the owner sell the team, I think.
Oh,
if it got that bad, it's like, it's time to go. So Steelers, yeah, so I think Kenny Pickett did great. I think they'll continue to do good. Do you think we see Kenny Pickett start an NFL game this season? Let's not say barring any injuries. Let's not try to predict someone's going to get hurt. But do you think the Steelers, like sometime during the season, we'll say Kenny Pickett's ready?
I don't know. It just depends because it's not like Mitch is old.
Yeah.
So like in theory, if Mitch is playing better than him, there's no reason to start Kenny over him. But if they think he's their guy going forward,
yeah.
I mean, I think Kenny seems like he would be a starting worthy quarterback at some point very soon.
I think so too.
I think it kind of depends on like maybe the playoff implications a little bit because they're still a good team. There's a lot of AFC teams that are going to make the playoffs this year. But if they're somehow in that running and Mitch, like maybe they're like a game or I don't know. Like, okay, say I'm pushing a situation. Say you have about 8 wins right now. So you have like 1 game left you have to win. But Mitch is like, last game he threw like a bunch of picks. Are you putting in Kenny Pickett to maybe seal the deal?
I think it's wild, but I think at that point, I think Mitch kind of just has to.
Yeah, I think you just keep doing what you've been doing.
At what point, is it too late?
I think if the Steelers get eliminated from the playoffs with Mitch at starting quarterback, I bet Kenny Pickett finishes the season. I bet, or maybe like they could do like a 49ers situation and with Trey, and Kenny Pickett might not see the field at all the first season.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he only had like a few plays, right?
Yeah, he had like 1 or 2 games.
Yeah, I'll bet even if he doesn't start, I bet Kenny plays.
Yeah,
like whether it's like coming in during garbage time or like if they want to have him play a couple different games, different looks or different snaps throughout a game. But.
Yeah, so I think that would be my final kind of guess, or my assumption would be, I bet Mitch is going to start the entire season, barring they are eliminated from the playoffs. Because, like you said, there's a lot of good stinking teams in the AFC this year. A good team is not going to make it. Like, they're going to be really good teams.
No, and I don't think they will be a good team also. Yeah. I think the Steelers, I think this is going to be their Mike Tomlin's first losing season.
That's a big statement.
Oh, wow.
That'd be wild, too.
Yeah.
And that's almost...
I mean, they've got 9 wins last year.
Yeah, they were kind of close. Do you think Big Ben would kind of feel a little good if their first losing season is the year he's gone?
Oh, maybe.
Like, that would take some weight off his shoulders.
I think it just like if he was in the Hall of Fame, it just like boosts it already.
Yeah,
because he had all these winning seasons.
Yeah.
And then like right after he left.
Oh, Steelers fans would use. I know Jonah downstairs would use that for sure. He's like the first year Big Ben wasn't there, we had our first losing season. That man would for sure use that as a defense mechanism.
I'm glad to see that. After the photo went viral of George Pickens and everybody saying that of him watching himself getting drafted or whatever, and everybody was saying he's a menace, he's gonna be crazy in the league. I'm glad to know that he didn't play absolute trash at his first preseason.
What poetic justice that he scored his touchdown in the first preseason game.
Yeah.
It was like a deep ball, corner, tiptoes.
I am glad, you're right. I'm glad it wasn't like fake. Like it wasn't a scam. He came out and just was garbage.
Because that's one of those things that could age like...
Oh, yeah.
Like if they were like...
That's a Josh Rosen. I'm going to win more Super Bowls than Tom Brady.
Yeah, if it was like 5 years from now, people were making videos. Whatever happened to that guy whose draft photo went viral of him?
I've seen those exact videos. It's like, whatever happened to the guy that said this in an interview? I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on, let's stay in the AFC. Let's go to the Browns. So the Browns, they looked very bad. They look like they still need more depth at wide receiver. And Deshaun Watson, I believe one drive he went 1 for 5 with 7 yards. Do you think, obviously they desperately need depth at wide receiver, and with the Deshaun Watson suspension coming, I personally think they are going to be in the running for a top 5 pick.
I don't think so. I think they'll be worse in the division, though. But I think, yeah. Well, I mean, that's also leaving a lot up in the air based on whether or not Deshaun Watson plays or not. Changes things a lot. Because even though he played bad in preseason, I'm of the mindset that he's still a lot better than whoever will be playing instead.
Who's their current backup at the Browns? Is it Brissett, or is he still at the Colts?
I think it's just like...
I was going to say, I thought it was
I think they just
No, it
pull
might
a random
be.
fan out this.
Yeah, they pull a
out
random
the
guy and they say, "Do you want to play
Oh,
quarterback?"
okay, yeah. Got it.
The light goes on instead of Kiss Cam. It says quarterback cam.
They point and say, "Anybody play in high school?"
Any junior college athletes?
Yeah, but I think like their wide receiver core looks very depleted.
After Schwartz and Coop.
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to be hard, especially if Deshaun isn't playing the entire season and they don't go get a guy like Jimmy or something like that. It looks like it's going to be a rough season in Cleveland. And I almost feel bad. I feel bad for the fans because they've been through so much and they still like have yet to get like the light at the end of the tunnel.
I don't. I'm a lifelong Raiders fan. Why should I feel bad for any other teams than anybody else? Yeah.
He said we already feel bad enough.
So how much do you think? Say he does get suspended for that long of time. How much do you think they can rely on if they're still trying to make the playoffs? Because every team tries to at least on Nick Chubb in their run game.
I don't know, because now like Kareem Hunt's mad now. Like he's saying he wants out. So do you think they're gonna like are they gonna move on for Kareem Hunt? So their situation right now is like we don't know what's happening to our quarterback. Yeah, we don't know what's happening to our quarterback. Our like second string running back usually like sometimes it's very interchangeable with those two like from game to game. Like now he is demanding more money and he wants out. Our wide receiver core is like very not there, barring like Schwartz and Amari Cooper. It's going to be a very interesting season. I think it's going to be very close to see what's going on. Again, like I said, I think they're going to be in the running for a top 5, top 10 pick.
Interesting.
That was good silence after that. Thank you.
I want to let
it sit.
Let that
sit.
Top 5, top 10 pick.
Let it sit. The Cleveland Browns are going to have a top 5 pick this year, and Deshaun Watson is going to be suspended an entire season.
But do you think if Deshaun Watson is only suspended for the 6 games, do you still stand by that?
I think Deshaun's an amazing athlete. If he's only suspended 6, I think they will have put those 6 games will have already been in such a deep hole. I don't think Deshaun can pull them out alone.
And they'll still pick that early?
Yeah, I think they're still going to be picking. If he's only 6 games, he's not full season, then they'll probably still pick top 15, top 10.
Is it really that?
Wait, how did it drop from 5 to 10 to 15?
I was saying whole season. If Deshaun's not there, it's going to be top 5. If Deshaun's there after 6 games, I think they still dug themselves in such a hole. It's still going to be a top 10, top 15 pick.
Yeah, if Deshaun 15's not that.
Yeah, if Deshaun can come back and try to like put the team on his back, we'll see. Because Deshaun didn't look that good either in his one drive, like that. Like the first play. Yeah, that one pass that's going around the internet right now, that was wild.
Also, based on like all the videos I saw that fans took, if he does play, the whole season he's gonna.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be rough for him. Like there's gonna be a lot of heckling, a lot of
the crowd noise that was going on.
The Jaguars were going off on that guy. Mm-hmm. So he's gonna have to deal with already the pressure of an NFL quarterback, and then all that added on. It's going to be almost like the Astros when they were touring. What was it called? Like the whatever tour. Oh, I can't remember what it was. Like I know he knows, but he's not. He's not.
There's no reason for me to not just answer it.
He's not throwing anything. He's gonna like any stadium he goes to, he's gonna receive like awful backlash like he did with the Jacksonville Jaguars fans.
It's like the Astro Shame Tour. There
it is. Thank you. He said he watched me drown, and then right when I'm about to go into water, he said, "Take the rope." Yeah, okay, so now let's move on from the Browns to the Titans and Malik Willis. Okay. One of the, like...
Let me ask a quick question. Do you think...
Someone's brave today.
No, it's just a quick question. With Deshaun Watson, do you cut him any slack? That first play, it's going viral. Do you cut him any slack? Because he hasn't played in what? Is it a full year?
Yeah.
Full year guaranteed, and like more than that, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, does he get any slack? Because playing from sitting on your couch, not doing anything, to... like literally a full NFL game that fast.
I think so. I think it's just easy to pick on the guy and make fun of him because of all the drama and stuff around him. Like it's easy to make him, like this awful villain that we all just rag on. But still, like I get what you're saying. He hasn't played for like over a year. Like with the Texans, he before all this stuff came out, we have to remember he like sat out. Like he told the Texans like I want to trade. I'm not gonna play. And then the stuff came. Then he didn't play again, and now he's here and he might get suspended. I get he's probably not as game ready as he should be, But still, I'm still going to rag on the guy. Like, I'm still going to throw some shade towards him.
Yeah, I think I tend to assume that his football ability is still there, and it's just a matter of like the off the field stuff. And if he plays, he'll be good. But I think there's, I don't know,
because there was a few glimpses of it.
There was some stuff like you can see him moving around the pocket. You're like, that's Deshaun of the past. Like that's the Deshaun that got poked in the eye versus the Raiders and threw that touchdown in the end zone.
Okay, you didn't have to remind me of that.
I remember
that was crazy. No,
I remember that one. I remember the NFL doing us dirty and making it. Remember they did the commercial and it was on like every Sunday.
It was literally like the first one because it was that popular.
Yeah, it was the first one.
And then they literally did a whole.
Him like on the sideline and he's like, it's a 80% chance I make.
They did a whole 30 for 30 on the.
Did a whole 30 for 30 on his eye poke. I'm like, okay, man, thank you.
I bet the NFL will keep using him at promotions too.
That's true because I saw other people like, I can't wait for the.
They're not gonna be able to him.
I can't wait for the Browns commercials where Baker gives him the keys to the stadium. I'm like, first off, do you think Baker wants to film any more Browns commercials after he's already in Carolina? And then do you think he wants to film one with the guy that replaced him?
Well, they weren't. They were the progressive ones.
Yeah, the progressive ones.
Home insurance ones.
Which also, I would say, Baker, those were some of the best commercials. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
they're pretty
those ones were hilarious. All right, so now let's go on to Malik Willis and the Titans. So Malik, one of the guys, it looks like he's gonna be one of the most fun guys to watch in the NFL. He's very electric in college. You know, he played for a small college, Liberty. But he went 6 for 11, 128 yards, and a rushing touchdown in his debut versus the Ravens. Lamar Jackson said that he's very fun to watch and very exciting. But Mike Vrabel, after the game, said, I wanted Malik to throw the ball, and he wasn't, and that's why he was benched. Do you think we're going to get to see, just like the Kenny Pickett question, do you think we're going to see more of Malik Willis? Do you think the Titans are going to hurt Malik Willis, trying to try to conform his ability to play more like Ryan Tannehill, the more style of play that we're used to?
I don't think so. I mean, I've thought about it. It's not unreasonable for him to say that. I mean, it's one thing where like if it's open, then you run. But I also understand that like preseason is a time where you're not even really concerned with like scoring and winning. You're more just concerned with like working on the stuff that you've been practicing, different stuff. And for Malik, we all know he's mobile and athletic, and that stuff comes naturally. So Vrabel might just be at a point where he's like that's the stuff we want to focus on. We know the athletic component, the mobility is there. We just want to work on like his quarterbacking ability, throwing the ball and stuff, which is reasonable to be like that's what we're going to emphasize more in his preseason games. So yeah, I understand it, but yeah, that definitely is. If it's more than that, and it's like they're trying to force him into being a Ryan Tannehill quarterback,
it's not going to work.
You don't draft Malik Willis to be Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, for sure. And that's like kind of like the thing we were talking about yesterday when we were watching some of the games. Remember, like the kick return? It was like, don't you think the coach would have rather him like falling down to the 15 so they can get more like drills like going into the red zone? That's like kind of what this is like. Vrabel put him out there to kind of see like how he reacts to certain things. He wants to see him throw the ball, be out of his comfort zone, do stuff like that. So it totally makes sense for like Mike Vrabel to pull him if he wasn't doing what he told the man to do. So I totally get it. I don't think is Mike Vrabel won Coach of the Year with my best. I bet they're not trying to conform Malik Willis to be, like their version of a quarterback. They're going to work to his strengths. I just think Mike Vrabel was looking for something particular. I think he wanted him specifically to see him throw the ball, stay in the pocket, and stay calm and cool under the pressure.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you want somebody that is more just like arm focused than like draft Matt Corral or draft like one of these other guys, just don't draft Malik Willis. Which I imagine they're smart enough that they probably wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I feel like they probably knew what they were doing.
I also feel like it's part of like a little bit of those like first game jitters. Like he just got drafted. It's his first preseason game. I'm sure like he knew the reads, but I'm sure part of it was just like he sees an open lane, he's going. He's not thinking too much about it. So hopefully maybe in the second preseason game or following upcoming weeks that he'll be a little bit better, a little bit not better, but like calm down a little bit, more like attentive and like ready.
Do you think if you guys had to make a guess, would you say it was like he said more like he had the first game jitters, or do you think it was like I want to show these big plays that I can make, and he was more looking to like head down, run around type of thing?
I don't think so. I mean, I think everyone knows that he can run. I don't know. Malik doesn't strike me as a guy that's like, I need to show them how fast I can run. I am. I feel like that's not really him. But.
I do feel bad for the young guy because the whole thing, like, his career in the Titans started off with Ryan Tannehill throwing that shade for whatever reason. Some people are for the comment against it where he was like, it's not my job to mentor him. whichever side you're on, like that's still a rough thing to hear from the guy that's supposed to be like in your eyes, your mentor, but then he's like, it's not my job to do this. Like, we are fighting for a job. I get Tannehill was mad, and then for your coach to pull you out and be like, he wasn't. I put him out there to throw the ball. He wasn't throwing the ball. I feel bad for the young quarterback, but it's just the NFL. It's a business, and they're gonna do what's best for the team. They're just trying to put the best product out there.
Yeah, I would say one concern with mobile quarterbacks is that sometimes doesn't work out well. Is if their first read is to run.
Yeah.
That sort of, like, if the pocket breaks down, you want them to have the ability to run. There's sometimes where you're like, all right, was there anybody open? Like, how many reads did you go through before you took off?
Exactly. Maybe after, like, say your first read wasn't there, it's just they went head down. Like, maybe that second read was coming in, like, the backside in or something, just waiting for that. But just taking off like that is a little...
So I bet when you got mobile guys like that, you kind of tell, like, a good coach, it's like, all right, this time, like it's a preseason game. We're not really that concerned about, like, keeping the chains moving that much. I just want to see what kind of reads you make, how you can stay in the pocket.
Progression.
Like, what kind of pocket QB you could be.
Yeah, I totally get that.
That's why Sam Howell's the GOAT.
That's why Sam Howell's the GOAT.
He's a read-first quarterback.
It all led up to it.
Also, that is...
And he ran.
The thing he didn't want is who I am when I play Madden. Literally, like, I call a play and I'm not looking, I'm just going to run as soon as I snap the ball.
50% of the plays I run in Madden are the first read is just a run.
Like, as soon as his ball snapped, I'm taking off to the right. But... speaking of Sam Howell, did the Commanders find their quarterback? Sam Howell had a good game going 9 for 16, 145 yards, 19 rushing touchdowns. Or 19 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, and a 2-point conversion.
Wow.
Do you think that...
Something light.
Yeah, something light.
Another day at the office for Sam the Commander.
Wentz is still probably going to be the starting quarterback at the beginning of the season, most likely. But do you think, just like the Kenny Pickett question, do you think we will see Sam Howell sometime during this season start the NFL game? Not just come in garbage time, but do you think they will move on and say Sam Howell is going to start for us?
He's one that I think if they're not in a playoff position towards the end of the year, I think Sam absolutely comes in. I think he absolutely should.
Yeah.
Because he's your guy. Carson Wentz isn't going to be your guy.
Yeah.
Like, he could be your guy to win you some games, potentially even take you to the playoffs, but he's not like your franchise guy that's going to be competing for Super Bowls, I don't think.
Yeah.
Not as much as Sam is.
Yeah, he's choosing.
So would you more or less say that the Steelers and the Commanders are in, like, the same situation, like, quarterback-wise?
Yeah, I think they both went out and they got these quarterbacks. They're like, these guys, obviously when you make those reach to go get these guys, they're going to start. Like, they're going to start for us. And then the guys, like, we draft or whatever, they're gonna come in later. Like, that's the Joe Montana, Steve Young situation. Like, these guys are gonna learn behind them, and then they'll come in. Maybe not this season, maybe not next season, but sometime.
That's a wild
maybe
Joe Montana, Steve Young is a wild comparison for either of those.
Yeah, because Carson Wentz, Joe Montana.
I'm not trying to say they're the GOATs. I'm just saying it's kind of like that.
But I think one kind of big difference is the difference between Mitch Trubisky and Carson Wentz is, like, Mitch Trubisky is a guy where he's still pretty young, and you feel like you haven't really seen, like, what everyone thought he was capable of when he first got drafted. Versus Carson Wentz, it's more like, it seems like that year that he got injured, like, was that, like, his best days behind him is more a question. Where like nobody's looking at Mitch Trubisky and being like, he was great, but his best days might be behind him.
Yeah, so that
is something for Carson.
You're saying, like, we've seen Carson Wentz's ceiling. We haven't necessarily seen.
Well, I don't know that we have seen Carson Wentz's ceiling, but, like, that's at least a narrative. That's not a narrative for Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think if I had to put a guess, I bet you're right. I think it's more likely we see Sam Howell play this season than we see Kenny Pickett play this season.
I think I'd agree with that.
Maybe starting games.
Yeah, starting games.
But I think we see Kenny. I think we see a lot more of Kenny
in
than
garbage
Sam.
time and stuff. Yeah.
But
starting games, do you think Sam Howell has the bigger opportunity to start a game?
No, I still think Kenny.
So what? I mean,
Kenny was the only first rounder.
Yeah.
Sam was a 5th round pick.
What team do you think feels like more pressure?
Steal the draft, but still 5th round pick.
What team do you think feels more pressure?
The most pressure has to be the Steelers.
Because just he's the first round pick.
This is the only quarterback that went in the first round.
That's
none went in the second. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So they are literally the only team that went out there and said, we're going to risk this pick on a quarterback for our guy. And then all eyes are on the Steelers now because it's like, out of all these guys, that's the one you picked also. So.
Oh, so he had better be the best one, pretty much.
Yeah, so it's pretty much you've decided that is going to be your guy, and that was the best of the bunch.
And in theory, not even close.
Yeah, in theory, not
there
even
was
close.
such a gap between when he was taken and when the rest of the quarterbacks were taken.
Exactly.
It was a pretty big gap.
Because sometimes, like, when the mocks were first happening, and, like, when I was doing mocks... Like,
they had, like, 4 quarterbacks.
Yeah, and you had them going,
sure.
like, teams had to be like, okay, this guy just went, so now I have to take the next best guy. That was, like, this is the all of them have fallen into our lap. We're going to take Kenny Pickett, and the other teams, every time it came to their round until the 3rd and 4th round, it was like, we're good. We're going to, we don't need him yet. We have bigger priorities than that. Even teams that really needed a quarterback said, this pick isn't the time. Like, there's bigger needs on our team than this guy can fulfill, which is wild.
Yeah. I mean, guys like Sam Howell in the 5th round. Wow.
Yeah, it's the biggest steal probably of all time.
Probably.
I think the coolest thing to me is that all these late round picks with these quarterbacks, and even Kenny Pickett, I feel like none of them have really, I feel like they've all shown out so far. Desmond Ridder, Sam Howell, Kenny Pickett, they've all played their game well, and they've all showed out for their rookie premiere.
Yeah, they've all done really good in their debut. There hasn't been one yet where we've been like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? There hasn't been what's going on?
Like a 5 picks in a preseason game.
Those come regular, and usually week 1 regular season. Last year there was a lot of rookies starting week 1, and there were a lot where it's like, oh man.
Usually it's a preseason, it's like, they might be really good. And then week 1 comes,
and then they go against Jalen Ramsey and all these actual guys.
Aaron Donald comes in the game.
Oh yeah. Wait, this is a real deal?
Wait, he really exists? Aaron Donald's real?
It's like a myth to these guys. He's not real. I've heard stories of this man. But on a lighter note of things.
Sorry, Kenny Pickett, does he not play the Rams the first week? I'm almost positive. I have to look it up. Because I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he has to face.
Yeah. Oh, so you think Kenny Pickett's going to be on the sideline just jaw dropped? That's a real...
Mitch, please.
I just said.
Mitch.
Steelers, first Rams.
All right.
The reason why Sam Howell looked so good in the first preseason game
say it.
is because he is a great mobile quarterback, but is a pocket quarterback, a read-first quarterback that can run.
Yeah.
He's checking his options. He can sling it. He looks for all options. Oops, there aren't any. I'm gone. I'm in the end zone.
He was making plays on his feet. He was moving downfield. He was still throwing it. Even while he was rolling out the pocket, he still made plays downfield.
It makes you wonder, what can he not do? It makes you wonder, what is QB University? Is it Oklahoma? Or is it
I just lied to
North Carolina?
I just lied to everyone. They don't even play the Rams. Steelers don't even play the Rams one time. I'm so sorry. Don't know why I thought that.
But on the lighter side of things, I'm gonna say on the lighter side of things.
Was that deep?
Yeah, that was kind of deep. Yeah, but also, I'm gonna say on the lighter side of things, but this also the beginning is gonna sound really sad. So
okay, here we go.
Hear me out. Zach Wilson had a big injury, and a lot of people worried that he tore his ACL in the first drive of the first preseason game. But it's come out that he hurt his meniscus, and that it's looking like it's only going to be up to 2 to 4 weeks that he's going to be injured. Which, if he was gone, what?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I would. Does it rhyme with Gimme Garoppolo?
Yeah.
Yes, I would.
If Zach Wilson gets hurt, do the Jets trade for Jimmy Garoppolo?
I guess my only question is is it really, say he's out for the season, okay?
Yeah.
Do you really think with Jimmy Garoppolo, all you have to think about is, do you really think he's the last thing you need to make that Super Bowl push?
No, I would say no.
If not,
I would say it's a losing season with Jimmy Garoppolo behind quarterback or not.
Yeah, I would say you're pretty much doomed. But Zach Wilson, if he really was gone the entire season, even though they've made so much improvement to their team, they would not have been a fun team to watch. It would not have been fun. It would not be good.
With Jimmy or with Zach?
No, I'm saying if Zach was out the whole season and they didn't trade for Jimmy G, that would not be a fun team to watch. Jets fans they'd be in tears in the stands.
They did have a good draft, though.
Yeah, they had a really good draft. They got their team a lot better, but still, losing Zach, not trading for Jimmy, they would be...
If you're a team
in the hole.
If you're a team, not the Jets or not necessarily the Jets, but if you're a team that is sort of middle of the road, could make the playoffs, could not make the playoffs, and your QB goes down out for the season, are you instantly trading for Jimmy Garoppolo, do you think, or no?
That's a good question.
Because it's wild that he still hasn't he's still a 9.
Your team's making the playoffs or not?
No, if you're on the fence, if you're if you're 8 to 10 win, you're somewhere in that realm, and your QB goes down, you don't have a viable backup quarterback.
Right, because it's week 8, I think, is the trade deadline. So if you have
if you're we could squeak in the playoffs.
Yeah, if you're
4-1.
If you're
That's just a random number.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah. If you're 4-1, you have a good quarterback.
That actually was better than I thought it was.
Not a viable backup quarterback, and then your quarterback goes out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I think.
Do you think you trade for Jimmy?
I think obviously you have to make assessments what was going right, what was going wrong for the team.
Yeah, it certainly depends on the team.
But I feel like if you're going 4-1, I feel like as owners and as the team, you're gonna feel a pressure to keep it going. So you might need to go out there and make that splash, which is probably not going to be a lot to get Jimmy.
I think you throw a third or fourth.
At this time,
probably get it.
It's just the cap is the only thing keeping people back.
At this time, you're not going to have to throw a lot to get him. But if you make that splash, the fans, everybody's going to be our team is pushing to make this fight. They believe in their hearts that we could actually make this. And I think that would do a lot for the team. I think that would also do a lot for the players too. The morale and stuff. It's our guy just went down. And our team went out and got the next guy. They believe in us still. They don't think but you could easily go this, and that's over. You know what I'm saying? It's I don't want to, it was way past the trade deadline, but I don't want to say anything. But after Derek went down, when Derek broke his leg, it was pretty much okay, it's not going to be fun.
We didn't even watch.
That was
it was almost playoff time.
Yeah, and by that time
we didn't even watch the playoff. I didn't even watch it.
That was a third string. That was not even.
Because the other quarterback got hurt.
Yeah, that was deep. So I was this isn't.
It was Connor Cook.
I think Connor Cook.
6'7".
Baby boy, thank you for what you did, man.
It was also a second year or something at the time. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I think it was maybe rookie year.
Yeah,
it was something. Yeah,
so we drafted him in
he was just rolling into it.
Poor guy.
Yeah, legit poor guy. But yeah, so it's really good that Zach Wilson is going to be back supposedly within 2 to 4 weeks. Do you think after 2 to 4 weeks the Jets do you think the Jets can hold off without Zach Wilson, without trading for a quarterback for 4 weeks and still try to sneak into the playoffs in the AFC?
As well as they could with Zach.
Yeah.
I mean,
speak your truth, man.
I don't know. I don't think they're sneaking in with or without Zach. But yeah.
What do you think they're missing? What do you think is there a big key thing, or is it just more of a team thing?
A roster.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. This is big truth. Why do I think that?
I don't know. Zach could be good this year.
I think that Sauce Gardner is literally the reincarnation of Deion Sanders. Tell me I'm wrong.
I can't. Okay. I can't tell you you're wrong.
Okay, well, let's begin.
Okay, so this is what.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm glad Zach. Also, with all the stuff that's going around with Zach Wilson, the mom stuff and stuff like that, it would have been very, getting hurt is already really sad. It would have been a sad end of the story if he was just out the whole season, too. Because everyone's ready to see, those memes are going to be clean when he gets back. They're going to be good.
Is Sauce, he never gave up a touchdown, right, in college? How many weeks into the NFL
Week 1.
Week 1?
When does he give up his first touchdown?
Is he?
Well, let's see the schedule.
Is he going to be CB1 as a rookie or no?
He plays George Pickens. That's all I know. I think.
If George Pickens is the one to break it,
Week 1 because the Steelers play the Rams Ravens, Week 1 and
Week 1 Ravens. Then Browns. Then Bengals.
Did they ever play the Jets, or was I lying?
They are the Jets. Oh, you're talking about the Steelers. Okay.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, but Week 4.
Do they ever play the Jets? They are the Jets.
My bad. Why that? In my head, that wasn't.
Why'd you say that? And I was like, yeah.
Good question. Good question.
Plays them every day in practice.
No, the Jets and the Steelers play Week 4. I'm saying they play the Ravens, then the Browns, then the Bengals. I'm saying, no disrespect to Sauce, I think he'll be good. At the latest, he gives up a touchdown against the Bengals.
Jamar Chase.
Yes. Yeah, Jamar's going to get one on him. I think what's going to be wild, I think you're right, I think it's going to be around.
I think he gives a 4.
And Remember, he just said he's the reincarnation.
Yeah, he's the reincarnation of Deion Sanders. I think he gives up 4 touchdowns to Jamar Chase.
It's gonna happen.
But you know what I'm saying? If he makes it through the Ravens without giving one up, and then he makes it through Amari Cooper without giving one up.
I mean, do the Ravens really have a like?
No, but I'm just saying. Still, if he makes it through his first game,
What's the Ravens wide receiver core like right now?
Rashad Bateman,
and that's it. There's
No Marquise.
Yeah,
no Hollywood.
Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
Does he count?
I think there's a scenario in which Mark Andrews scores one on Sauce necessarily, though.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't think
Sauce
he'd be
gets sauce.
covering.
Oh, is that going to be a good tagline for when someone cooks him and it's a sauce gets sauce?
It's 100% like the Jukes page.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
blood
Jukes
sauce.
is for sure
It's
posting
just-
sauce gets
yeah.
sauce. Yeah. The inevitable. But I'm saying, if he makes it past the Ravens, no touchdown given up. He makes it past Amari and the Browns, no touchdown giving up. What are the headlines going to be like when he's facing Jamar Chase? It's going to be like
You're going to see all the highlights.
then it's
Jamar
gonna say Jamar
that's gonna be
scores.
like House of Highlights is
where he's lined up against him. They just show the edit.
They're gonna put the edits of them like facing up,
Yeah.
and then it's gonna say Jamar Chase 1_6 touchdowns, 300 yards.
Jamar Sauce's sauce for 6 touchdowns.
That's really good.
That was good.
I saw his eyes roll in the back of his head.
He thought about that.
Huh?
Or Jamar Chase's history with a record-breaking 8 touchdowns in one game.
Oh, that's really good. That's gonna be our tweet.
Uh,
Jamar Chase's history.
Chase.
Jamar Chase.
But why did he explain it?
Why was I
He
thinking?
He said he was confused.
I was thinking of a history, like whose last name is History.
No. His.
That's really good. Whose last name is History? And he started thinking thumbs up. But just for the storyline's sake, would you rather he face? Would you rather him face the Bengals and have no touchdowns given up, or would you rather him face Pickens and no touchdowns given up?
I'd rather Pickens Moss is that
I think so.
and they fight midfield.
Okay.
Did you see Pickens? This is a little off topic. Did you see Pickens throw the guy on the floor and then wave bye to him
Oh, that's clean. All right.
in the
Congrats.
preseason game?
Congrats. I will now be, as soon as this has ended, I will now be trading for Pickens in fantasy.
He literally it was a run play to the left.
That is Dr. Pepper in this cup. And it's warm and stale.
I think we should all get a sip.
Or should we pass it around? Do you want to sip?
I thought you were about to put it right up to Ty's mouth.
I thought that's what Conwell was being for, and then he looked at the camera, so I had to,
was like-
I had to audible.
Oh yeah,
Let's talk about the most wild statement I've ever heard in my life, a classic Notes app apology. Apology, in quotes. Let's talk about what Antonio Brown said. So I'm not going to read all of it, but basically said he went through his list of like things that what happened in his career. He's like, I don't regret, attacking. What's the Raiders GM name? Why did I forget his name?
Mike Mayock.
Mike Mayock. I don't regret attacking Mike Mayock, showing up in a hot air balloon late with frozen feet, throwing rocks at the UPS driver, everything. Take a victory lap around the Buccaneers Stadium. But he says the one thing he does regret.
Jet City.
Just
I didn't mean to throw you off.
That was good. That's good. He said the one thing, he's my biggest regret. This is a quote. Is that I'll never get to see me and Antonio Brown play a game live. He said, "Sure, I can watch the game afterwards, but I can't imagine what that was like for you all to see something like that, like watching the Beatles or Jesus perform at Red Rock."
No, I want you to, what is it?
Unpack.
Yeah, let's unpack that.
Let's unpack.
So first off, why did he have to why did this statement have to be released?
Who's he apologizing to?
It just says Antonio.
No,
Brown.
he's not.
No,
Antonio Brown on his biggest regret. Got it.
So he just said he woke up and he said today's the day.
Yeah, it's sort of like every time that we go a little while without hearing about Antonio Brown in the media, and there's nothing about him, and you almost start to forget, he wasn't that horrible, and then he just shoves a middle finger to every fan.
Yeah, no, he's like, well, wasn't Antonio Brown that bad of a guy? And then he spikes an orphan, and it's like, okay, yeah, he was.
So is it officially over for him? I mean, after.
Oh,
I mean, you would have
thanks
to.
for pointing at the word. That was good. He said, "Is it officially pointing at the word cracker?"
Wait, what did he say about cracker? You left off the cracker part.
Okay,
that
I
was
can read
additional.
it.
Read it.
Yeah, I can read it. He said, "My biggest regret in my career doesn't involve calling my GM a cracker or showing up to Raiders camp late and higher."
Oh no, you did say that.
No, I skipped over that part specifically.
Okay.
But then he said, "Well, what about this?" And he pointed at it, so now I had to read it. But
it's his quote.
Yeah, that is his quote. What is the point of him going and listing these things that he infamously did.
Yeah, no, he's saying imagine somebody coming up to you saying like, Austin, I did this to you, I did this to you, I did this to you, and you're like, oh, they're about to apologize for like,
he's
like, no, I'm saying this just to like remind you, bring it up and say I'm glad I did it.
Yeah,
he's so bad.
He's like, remember these awful things that I did? I am equal to watching Jesus perform at Red Rocks.
Which also I
don't get that.
I don't.
The switch up is crazy. Like, what sentence
why is
does
Jesus
it just
performing
switch?
at Red Rocks?
Like he said, like watching the Beatles. I was like, okay, and then he's like, Jesus perform at Red Rocks. I'm like, what is he doing? The clarinet?
It's like he's Sermon on the Mount at Red Rocks.
Oh, just give us.
Yeah, I don't know why Jesus is at Red Rocks, but no, yeah, I think his NFL career is. I think it's without a doubt officially over.
I mean, it's also not the first time we've said that though.
Exactly.
You know, that is true.
Can I be real? But here's me watching Antonio Brown game on my phone. Oh dang, that was sick. That was it.
You'd have to be.
Here's me watching the Beatles, like this.
You'd have to be a like. There's not a person, and anybody that's a GM does not deserve to be a GM if they even consider.
Oh yeah, no.
If they even consider getting Antonio Brown in their uniform.
No, yeah, it's raps. It's you can't. Could you imagine what the attack would be on that team?
All right, now let's take a guess.
What team would be most likely to sign him? I know it.
Let's on 3.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Browns.
We both said Raiders.
Why'd you say Raiders? Why'd you say Raiders?
But Browns is 100% the good answer.
Browns is the right answer.
Raiders is literally the last team that would sign them. So I don't really know why I said it, but it
felt like a Raider thing to do, to be like, let's give him one more chance.
No, but if there was any team...
If there was a team, it would be the Browns. You're 100% correct.
Although maybe not now that they've learned their lesson about character issues.
I mean, they already have a lot of controversial...
they would straight up just be like...
Well, that's my point, is they maybe just don't care about...
Like, is the controversy already too much, or do they not have enough?
No, the Browns would...
I feel like it's already capped out to where you add some more on and it doesn't matter. You're already there.
Yeah, I mean, like, what else?
It's already as controversial.
A few rude tweets, that's it?
No, I would not even blink. Like, it wouldn't throw me off if I woke up and saw Browns have signed Frank Gore and Antonio Brown. I'd be like, all right. Padres star shortstop.
Overrated.
Thanks for trying to put... That was good. Thanks for trying to shush me.
I don't like him. Dodgers forever. Sorry.
He was suspended 80 games for violating the MLB's performance-enhancing drug policy. What happened?
I'll tell you what happened. He purposefully got injured.
Okay.
And then took steroids, so he'd missed the whole season, so he couldn't lead the MLB in errors again.
That's good. Some would say this is the biggest error.
Is this the biggest error of his career?
Someone would say this is the biggest error of his career. So that he should be put up as the king of errors.
Yeah, another Tatis error.
What did he say? Wasn't it something weird? Like he said something about ringworms or something like that?
He said he was using, I guess maybe didn't know they were banned and he was using them to treat ringworm. Yeah, and people said that's the only ring you'll ever get. Not me, I would never say that.
Yeah.
Some people.
It's almost, he hasn't been playing for a minute either, so like...
No, he's extremely young.
Yeah, so it's like, all right.
I think it's just so great how... I just think it's funny how the Padres got Soto on their team, right? And then all the Padres fans were just clowning all the Dodgers fans because they know we wanted him, right? Everyone knew that. We tried to send in a trade, and then... It's just so poetic justice that literally, like, the next week, they just lose Tatis.
Yeah,
that's my favorite part about it. I was so happy.
After being swept by the Dodgers.
Yes.
With one Soto on their team.
Yeah. That was great. I was like this.
So as Dodger fans...
being swept, I think we actually outscored them like 25-3 or something like that over that series.
Couldn't be happier.
As Dodger fans, you guys, biggest smiles on your faces.
I mean... That trio of Soto, Machado, Tatis has potential to be a really good trio.
Don't get me wrong. Soto was literally getting triples on our heads. But they still lost, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that trio, if they were to ever play together.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very good trio and a very dynamic, exciting trio.
Yeah.
Young trio. But
too bad.
It's like KD, Kyrie, and Harden.
Yeah. Well, they played total 4 games together?
Yeah, they played like 6 games together on the court. It was beautiful 6 games, though.
Yeah, I bet it was great.
It's weird because whenever it comes out that somebody got busted for PEDs, first it comes out that that they were using PEDs, and I see it, I'm like, oh my gosh, they cheated. This is horrible.
Yeah.
And then I see their explanation, which is always like something like I was treating it for ringworm, or I didn't know it was banned or something, and I'm like, oh, and I'm like, oh, that sucks for them. Like, that's really too bad. And then I think, wait, no, that's definitely Cap.
Yeah, it's Cap for sure.
Like, it's this
like D-Hop, yeah. Because you have to think these guys.
Because nobody, like, why would you just be like, oh, you got me? Like, you may as well.
You have to think these are star athletes, and their trainers for sure are very careful of what they get.
They know everything that goes.
They know everything that's going in your body, probably.
100%.
They're trying to make sure that you are on the. That you're on the field. They're not going to let you have any room to slip up.
No, and something like ringworm, if you're like going to a doctor getting that treated, like if you're if you're Tatis, you're not getting prescribed things by a doctor that are going to make you ineligible. I don't think.
For sure. And I think it's also interesting to think about. So they tested him while he's injured, right? Because he's on IR right now.
His dad played during like the steroid era. People are saying, I wonder if he has any steroids in his system left over from his dad. That just got passed down genetically.
No, why did he just give a peace sign to the camera?
Why were you watching me? You're having a full conversation.
That's what I would. My defense wouldn't be ringworm. I would say, oh, my dad must have taken enough PEDs that some of them are
exactly
in my blood.
I would say my dad.
Passed down genetically.
My dad's Barry Bonds. I don't know why I attacked Barry Bonds. My bad.
Well, his dad also was Fernando Tatis Sr., who did play in the MLB. So
I was got it.
Wake up.
Let me.
Ty, do you want to make a little Raiders guess for us? Do you want to?
Let's do it.
Raiders estimation. How many?
There's 17 games.
How many games do you think the Raiders win this season?
I mean, let's just go through it. Let me think. Hang on.
If you remember, go one by one.
If you remember the entire schedule, that would have been amazing.
It starts with the Chargers.
Do you want me to give you the schedule?
I know the schedule. And then he knows the schedule.
The 49ers at the very end. I think.
We play the Niners week 17?
Or week 16.
Do you want me to give you the schedule and you can go down the list? We can go down the list?
Yeah, I'll be quick.
NFC
I'll be quick.
That late.
Okay.
And I'll say them out loud so you guys can.
Okay, yeah, perfect. Okay, Chargers.
Win.
All right, Raiders versus Cardinals.
Win.
What?
Oh, you want him to do it with you?
Win.
Raiders versus Titans.
Win.
Okay, Broncos. Oh, my bad.
Win.
All right, Broncos versus Raiders.
Win.
I feel like we're in win. I feel like we're playing chicken to see who
gets
the first loss, and then it's gonna end with us being 17-0 winning the Super Bowl.
I know where the loss is. Don't worry.
Okay, Raiders versus Chiefs.
Win. It's the first one.
Loss.
Texans versus Raiders.
Win.
Win.
Oh wait, Raiders versus Saints.
That's actually be a good game than more people expect it to be.
Yeah, I think they're a playoff team. That was my
Jameson.
I think they're pretty close. Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara. I always like their defensive Tyrann Mathieu, but I think we're gonna win it.
That's a high scoring win.
Yeah.
He will start crying. Okay, Raiders versus Jags.
Win.
Come on, man.
Raiders versus Colts.
Win.
Win.
Raiders versus Broncos.
Do you think they split?
Do you think they win one?
Do you think they split
the games?
I think that people forget
that we owned the Broncos.
When was the last time we lost to the Broncos? 3 years ago?
Okay, got it. Win. we own their defense.
Oh, no, they added Russ. They're a completely new team. Everything is different. Now they're a playoff contender. No, they're not.
Oh, wait,
they're coming in fourth.
Yeah, they literally traded everybody away. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, they came in fourth last year. They'll come in fourth again.
Okay, I'm gonna regret saying this, but probably in the biggest blowout, Raiders versus Seahawks.
Loss. Win. No? In home or away, it depends. My bad. I like it.
Potentially the win and potentially the game that we give up the least amount of points.
Yeah. Okay. I agree. Chargers versus Raiders.
Have we played? Oh, week one.
Week one.
Sweep.
All right.
Sweep. We absolutely own them.
Raiders sweep the Chargers. Raiders versus Rams.
We own the Rams. Remember training camp last year? We own the Rams.
Is it true? We're gonna lose to them. So yeah, when Hunter took Jalen's ankles.
What are you gonna do?
Win. I have to win.
Okay, Patriots versus Raiders.
Wow, it's gonna be a blow up. That's gonna be a great game, but we're gonna blow them out because Josh McDaniels is mad.
Great game blowout. It's a great game if you're Raiders.
Oh, but Josh McDaniels thinks it's a revenge
He's
tour.
mad.
Yeah, Josh McDaniels is.
Josh McDaniels is in their head.
Who's more mad?
100%.
Or
Josh McDaniels is more mad than Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick probably it's just another day in the life.
Another day.
He's like,
another day in the life. Raiders versus Steelers.
George Pickens goes for 350, 10 touchdowns. We lose. We win.
Derek historically has his best games versus the Steelers.
That's a great point.
Yeah, no, the Steelers are not going to be good this year. No, yeah, we win.
Okay.
Do we play the Commanders?
Is that true that he has his best games?
Yeah, his best games versus Steelers. 49ers versus Raiders. The battle of the Bands comes back. Trey Lance starting, most likely.
Trey, what week is this?
This is week 16.
Okay, George Kittle's out.
100%.
Yeah, George Kittle's out.
They're down to their 5th running back.
Wait, is this week 16?
This is week 16.
He hasn't given a loss. I've only given 2 losses.
Win. I told you I know when the loss is.
Okay. Oh, he knows when the one loss is.
I know when the loss is.
Yeah, the loss.
And it's okay. Yeah, no, I should win.
Okay, the last game of the last game of the season, Chiefs versus Raiders.
We lose.
We win.
We split the Chiefs.
I had a different. I say we win the last one.
Okay.
Got it. Yeah.
So it's like
I think the one later in the season we win. The first one we lose.
Yeah.
So yeah,
because that's a better story.
It is a better story.
It's more like we figured them out.
Make it even a better story. Do you think it comes down? Out of these 17 games, how many are final drives? Or do you think we have a lot less?
Not a single one.
Do you think it's for the division this last game?
It's going. These
That's
division
a good
games
question.
are going to be so stinking.
It could be
close.
for the division.
Every division game is going to matter. Every single one.
When did the NFL schedules come out?
Like a month ago.
So you're saying that Russell Wilson was already in the AFC West when the schedules came out?
Yeah.
What did the people making the schedules? It's almost like they thought that the AFC West was going to be between the Raiders and the Chiefs, not between the Chiefs and the Chargers and the Broncos, like everyone else is saying.
They're smart, so they put the Chargers in the front.
They said, let's put the first two, the top 2 best teams in the division that we know are going to be competing for the spot, week 17 playing, and week 18 playing.
And the NFL is scripted, like we all know, so.
Exactly. Hey, checkmate.
Bang, bang.
Checkmate, Goodell. We got you.
Last year, we were doing a schedule prediction, and we played the Chargers last game, and Dad said it's for the division and to go to the playoffs.
There we go.
NFL scripted. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, but he works for the NFL Network, so
yeah.
He knows this.
He knew.
That's why he has tried to talk us out of the NFL being scripted.
That's true. He has tried to talk us out. But
he also tried to talk me into it once, which was weird.
Yeah, that was weird. No, my favorite quote from him is, he said, "What contract do you think they gave me to get sacked 76 times?" What do you think?
That's like a... How is it? Like Liam Neeson or whoever it is that dies in like every movie.
Oh, yeah. Like Boromir and stuff. That guy.
Oh, yeah, no. Boromir has died in like every movie he's
yeah,
been in.
that guy.
Not Boromir. Farmir. No, Boromir is the one that died. Yeah.
Let's play no context top 5. How this is going to work, each of you are going to play... You're going to play twice, you're going to play once. Okay, because I only have 3. My bad. But so basically how it is, it's a top 5. I'm going to give you the names. You don't know any of the names. You have to rank them in the top 5. So you have to guess like who's going to be where, basically. Would you like to go first? Would you like to go?
Sure.
Okay. First quarterback, and then your top 5, no context top 5, Russell Wilson. Where's he going in that top 5?
That's a good one.
He's somewhere between the 2 and 3. I'll go. I probably should go 2, but I'll go 3.
Ooh.
Okay, Matt Stafford.
I think he's like a bottom. I think he's like a.
Like
8 to 12. 8 to 12 range in the NFL.
You're lucky because the next one is Kirk Cousins.
I'll do 4. I'll do 4.
No, okay. Okay, so he's got. Okay, next we have Jared Goff.
Okay, 5.
You better hope.
You better hope this works out. Okay, next is Matt Stafford.
Matt Stafford, I will go 2.
And then, so your number 1 selection is Mac Jones.
Yes. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
So his almost isn't that
No,
bad.
it is completely accurate.
Okay. Now, you're up, Big Don.
Well, I mean, besides
the 1 and 2, it's pretty accurate.
If you would have
there's a lot of people that would say that Russ should go above Matt.
If you would have done Russ 2
it's either
and
way
bumped down Mac Jones to probably 3,
yeah, then
something like that.
would be perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys think Russ? Wait, what do you think is a better quarterback, Russ or Matt?
I'd rather have Matt.
Matt Stafford. Yes, Matt Stafford is a better quarterback.
What was that? What happened?
I don't know why.
I mean,
that felt
we're about
so
to get roasted in the comments.
Yeah, but Matt Stafford.
There's a lot of people that would say that he's not a top 10.
Matt Stafford is a 10 times better quarterback than Russell Wilson.
I agree with. Well, no, I don't agree that he's 10 times better, but I think he's better. Yeah.
It's so the man went to a new team for 1 year and won the Super Bowl.
So it is wild that Matt Stafford is somehow still being disrespected.
Yes, why?
Not completely disrespected because people like him. Nobody hates Matt Stafford. There's no Matt Stafford haters, but people will they'll leave him out of.
Let me ask you this because I know people are asking,
sense.
what if Russell Wilson went to that same Rams team last year?
I don't think they win. I don't think they win the Super Bowl with Russell Wilson, that quarterback.
On that Rams team last year.
On that Rams team
last year.
Say he got traded instead of Matt.
I don't think so either.
I don't think Matt Stafford. Literally, the only thing Matt needed was to be on a semi-decent team, and then he won the Super Bowl. Like, they're an amazing team. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Okay.
That's how it works. They're an amazing team.
I was gonna say the Rams were more than a semi-decent team.
They're an amazing team. He could have gone to a semi-decent team, and they would have made a great push.
So what about just for the fans here, 1 out of 10. Just slap Matt Stafford in. Because you're saying he's top 10, so just slap him in the quarterback
Matt's
list.
in my top 5 for sure.
Wow.
I've got it.
Better than Tom Brady?
Are we talking about right now?
Right now.
Yes, he's better than Tom Brady.
Yeah. Well. No.
My number 1 and 2. My number 1.
Why? He's so passionate that he's forcing me to agree with him, and then I think about it. I'm like, I don't think
my 1 and 2 are for sure. Like, you can flip flop. It's for sure Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. My 1 and 2 go like this. Like, they flip. It doesn't really matter. You can tell me which one's better.
Mine, Josh is standing above Pat, stomp on his head.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's like a Mario on the Goombas. Right, the question I was going to ask that's completely unrelated is who do you think is the best quarterback in the NFL?
Probably Josh or Pat. Yeah.
Okay, so what is the worst team in the NFL currently that you could throw Josh Allen on the roster and make the playoffs with?
I think it's gonna be. It's probably gonna be the team we dogged. No, oh man. It might be the team we dogged on. I think it might be
same coach, same system.
Everything is the same except for Josh.
Oh, maybe no.
Well, I mean, I guess they could work the system around.
They could change it to him.
Yeah, but
same
still the same personnel.
Is it the Jets? Is that the worst team you could put him on when he would do good?
Who has a better defense, the Jags or the Jets?
The Jags looked really good on defense today or yesterday.
We blew him out in the Hall of Fame game.
If he was on the Lions, could they do that?
I actually think the Lions are not going to be horrible.
The Lions.
I'm biased because Hard Knocks makes me love whatever team.
My second favorite team is the Lions right now.
That's what I'm saying. It makes you
they're my favorite team.
This is also a tricky question because it kind of forces you to pick a team that you're like.
Yeah.
Also, like, how bad are they? Because the Lions, I don't think are that bad, so they're theoretically could be a worse team. One of the best sports commercials of all time that doesn't get talked about enough. Because I was thinking about this because I was debating whether or not I like Russell Westbrook today or this week, but because it changes all the time. But the exact moment that I was highest on Russ and that I liked him the most was in 2016 after KD left and. They dropped the Jordan commercial of him with the Lil Uzi Vert song. the Now I Do What I Want. That commercial was so clean. And that year, I'm pretty sure that year was the first year he averaged a triple-double.
Yeah. I think if I had to put my top pick for best sports commercial of all time, it would be the Jingle Bells one.
The NBA Christmas.
The NBA Christmas Jingle Bells one.
The 3-point one.
Yeah.
I was also thinking 2016 is probably one of the best sports years of all time.
100%, yeah.
Isn't that also the year though where they wear the long sleeve shirts, like the
NBA?
Oh, the short sleeve ones, the non-tank tops.
I didn't like those at all.
Some players looked alright in them, but generally I'm
like James Harden for some reason looked good in them. I don't know why.
Maybe he got weird arms or something.
Yeah, he's just thick, I think.
Because that was
like Derek's
2016
best year.
Derek's best year. Prime Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Warriors blew 3-1 lead to the Cavs.
Who was the best artist at that time?
Odell made the catch.
Did the Cubs win the World Series in 2016?
Cubs won the World Series.
Who was the best artist at that time? 2016.
Probably Kanye.
Drake definitely dropped.
Life of Pablo dropped, but Drake was probably the.
He definitely dropped Hotline Bling that year or something.
And that was also when Pokemon Go dropped. That's when Arc dropped.
That was a great year.